Hello, I'm Troy Putnam, Field Agronomist in Southern Ohio. We're standing in a soybean field today that was planted in one of those very rare windows of opportunity. Much like the rest of the Corn Belt, we've been pounded by rain this spring and we don't have a lot of field work done. But this grower had an opportunity on the 17th of April to drop these beans in. They're up, they look good. So we're going to do a little scouting to see what we might find out here that might help you as we get into the growing season. In this part of the world, we have a lot of different soybean diseases, and one of those is sudden death syndrome. Becoming more and more prevalent, becoming one of those diseases that tracks with moisture, tracks with compaction, tracks with poor drainage, but can track in any year in any soil if we have heavy moisture, heavy saturated soils, much like we do this year. One of the options is always varietal selection. Foliar fungicides have very little efficacy on sudden death syndrome, so one of the things that we're doing in conjunction with picking varieties is using a product called ILeVO. ILeVO has great efficacy, works very well against sudden death, assist nematode, and so many of our sales representatives are using ILeVO as part of their treatment package. One of the things that can happen with ILeVO when we have cool conditions, delayed emergence, a lot of rainfall, we can start to see some symptoms on the beans. Let's take a couple seconds to look at that and help you understand what's going on. Well, as we've continued to scout, we've found a few plants that have some marginal yellowing, some marginal browning on the plants, which is not uncommon for ILeVO. Doesn't concern me at all. We've seen it in the past, we've seen what the plants have done, and the responsiveness has no effect on the unifoliates, has no effect on the trifoliates, and has no negative effect on yield. The ILeVO, when you see it in the cotyledons, that means it's moving and that it's doing its job, which is what we want. A couple of things that we have to be cautious of or that we can be mindful of as we scout: it can be confused with diseases, and it can be confused with herbicides, and there is a PPO herbicide on here. So kind of pay attention to the differences as you scout. If you have any other questions, please contact your local Pioneer sales representative. Thanks for tuning in.
That concludes this Pioneer Growing Point Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more agronomy insights.